Hello guys, it's your Quant, and in this video we are going to leak some alpha. Actually, it's one of the video I want to do like since few weeks now. I was super excited about the project, so we're going to present it shortly. First thing first, if you are not registered on Q42, you have my invitation link here, so Q42 BFF, and make sure you follow and you complete all the steps. It will help you get allocation on sales. So as you can see on the website, few features have been added. The last sale was Cocody, very cool one. They closed some very cool partnerships just after the sale, and they are now on AVAX, backed by Beam and everything. So that's pretty cool. So feel free to have a look at the Twitter. Now let's discuss about a new project I have invested in. So of course I have a bias, and I'm biased. It's not a financial advice, do your own research, and it's just for you to give me my point and my view about this project and why I'm very bullish on the project, and I'm actually an investor. So it's Everreach Lab, so it's a gaming project that is actually very cool. And I'm going to get into details about few things, and also why do I think this project is valuable, what is the edge of the team and the project. So it's actually a gaming studio that is working on releasing few games in the coming months and years. The first game is Revenge. We're gonna get in details on that. So actually they had some significant growth in Q1, Q2 on socials, and I think they put a lot of resources and efforts and intensity on the marketing side of things. So it's backed by they are on Epic Games. They have very big, I would say, guys backing them. Could be KOLs, could be big founders, or even I would say big entities. So that's the first good sign. So the thing I'm going to discuss a bit later on is about the game, so Revenge, so it's one of the game. I think the IP looked great. We're gonna get into details about that, and they have some cool metrics. They are working on Quest and everything, so they want to become a AAA gaming, which is something very singular, and the team is just amazing. I think in the gaming space they have one of the best team, and I think they are really a project that is focused on growth. They are just focused on that, putting so much effort and intensity. So of course this project will be listed on Q42. So if you want to invest, you will be able to. So link in the description about Q42 to create your account and everything. Actually the website is pretty straightforward. It's q42.co. And before clicking, make sure and everything, it's a very good habit to take. One thing I usually do to avoid being hacked is I often go on CoinMarketCap or on Twitter, and I check the URL before connecting wallet, all this kind of stuff. And so you will be able to, by filling a form, perhaps have an allocation in the project if you want to. But yeah, let's get back on a few things. So here you have some. So I think I'm leaking some documents that I should not be allowed to. Sorry. So sorry about the team, but I think this project is just a project that is for me above many other projects, just because of how organized is the team, how structured, and how I would say focused they are. So that's pretty cool. So they have a bunch of things coming in. You can pause the video if you want to read them a bit, but honestly, from everything they have kind of said, they have just delivered, so that's also a cool thing. I'm following them since 3-4 months now, so super great team. You can check their LinkedIn, super great partners, very top tier investors and top tier advisors, so that's pretty cool. And actually they have already built a game that is Revenge, and we're going to discuss a bit in details. I think the cool thing is if you are into gaming, I recommend you to check their Twitter, because they have a meme coming in and bunch of things on the release of their game. So if you want to go test the game, and if you are a gamer, I think this will be a very cool game, and they will have a bunch of reward mechanics that are very interesting as a user. So I recommend you to have a check. So actually their game is Revenge. So you can see it's an FPS, and they have actually a bunch of stuff, released a bunch of stuff in the last few weeks, because I think the game will open pretty soon. Even the website changed, and they had now you can have a waiting list. And that's pretty cool. I also like on the website kind of thing. It's more like a personal taste, but I really like the IP of it. I think like shooters are of course like crowded in crypto because many projects are doing shooters, but honestly the IP is very great in terms of like design, in terms of like the quality of the design, and also like about the story. So I would really recommend you to do your research on that and like have a look. I will add the link in the bio also about the storytelling behind the game. It's a very cool one. And if you want to have a read and everything, that's honestly very solid. So also like on the website you can of the game you can enter your email to access the playtest. On the Discord, I think if you reach, you will be able to get more info about that, and that's very cool. So you have like two things, and so also like the cool thing is like when you have like a game, of course like teasers are not 100% like what the game is going to be, right? So that could be like kind of like a trap, but you have some more info like on Epic Game and like on like platform that I would say like are trying to onboard them, and you can see that it's coming soon. I think Q4 the game will be you will be able to play the game, so that's very cool. And now so I have like kind of like done some presentation about the game. Perhaps I was a bit long, but I wanted to like show you all the things to make sure you have all the things in mind. And now let's get back to why I'm bullish on the game and why I'm bullish like I mean on the project and the team. I think they are solving something very important, because like building a game, of course, is not easy, you know, but it's doable. But the thing is like then how you attract gamers. And I think the gaming is kind of like evolving on the fact that people don't play the best game, just people play the game their like favorite like creators or like favorite influencer is playing, or just because like the gaming, not only the gaming mechanics, but I would say the mechanics around the project, how you stream the project and everything is like evolving. You know, I think we learned that from Fortnite. The game was great, of course, but just like the interaction of the game and all the things attached to like the streaming and everything was just like above like every other gaming in terms of competition, I think. And I think this is like where they have really identified the problem like in gaming in Web3 and how they will solve it. And I think this is just like very great. And that's the thing I was like, when I saw that, I was like, that's very cool. I want to get exposure to that. So yeah, that's very cool. And then if I were to give like, I would say my bigger like view, and not leaking too much alpha, because you know, of course, like I'm doing my research, I don't want to be too biased or influence like your decision. But if I were to give my opinion of like why I'm bullish on the website on the project, so I have few things I can share. So on the project side of things, I think they are really trying to bridge, as I mentioned here, the gap between players and people who are watching gaming. For example, me, I don't have much time, so I cannot play games really like on the day, like on weekly basis. But I can watch it, you know, before going to bed, like 20 minutes of like my favorite streamer, stuff like that. And I think that's very cool. And I think many people are heading towards that way. I think the second thing is, and that's a very unique thing they have identified and that they are trying to solve, and not like just saying, oh, we have identified the problem. The second thing is like about the IP. I think we like the IP in general, and the details of everything, and just looking at the websites, and that's a cool thing. So that's on the product side of things. On the team side of things, so I've been following them for like 3-4 months now. I think they have like many things that I'm like, I just want to get exposure to these guys, because no matter if the project like is a success or how good it is, I think they can just make it like successful just because of the team and how they deliver and how they work. So that's the thing. And I think they have 3 of the main qualities I'm looking at when I'm looking at founders, which is like how fast they can react to markets, how fast they adapt to the market. The second thing is like their intensity. I think they have such a great intensity, and they work a smart way. Like they are not like they can adapt basically to the market, but they push like so much in terms of intensity. Not podcast, but like space. content that are delivering, news to like investors and everything. And honestly, that's the project I was like, I'm just so impressed, like investors have like weekly like updates. They don't hide anything. Like they show a bunch of stuff. When they need help, they just ask all these kind of things that, even me, like when I'm investing in like, I think 20 plus projects since the beginning of the year. And all these funders or like projects, I'm like, how can I help you if I can, and never like really asking for help, where I can help them on a bunch of things. Could be like market making, listing, stock and economics, like, and few other things. But many things that are very valuable for a project, because I've just worked for one of the biggest market maker. I know how this industry works. I know well centralized exchanges too. How the business worked in this field, and my skills are very valuable in this region. So and so like they are asking investors, and they're very proactive in this thing. So they are very focused. They are also very humble, very cool guy. So that's always a great sign. So that was my kind of like view. But the things to keep in mind is like I'm investing in like projects like every week. Like I cannot spend like 6 months doing the due diligence on like projects, or like going like in every details and everything. And it's like Web3, sometimes it's kind of like the fake it until you make it thing. So they are kind of like changing the reality or like the truth. But that's also the thing to keep in mind is like, do your research with the thing is like to take a decision with the data you have, so do the best decision with the data you have now, and based on the market conditions and what you have right now, was it the best decision to invest into this project? Because it's always easy, 6 months after that to say, oh yeah, I should not have invested, but you had the time to do your research and to take the decision. And so that's why I thought of the project. When I invested like a few months ago, the project was not as good as it is now. I mean, like in terms, because they have worked, you know what I mean? So it was great, but now like I think it's and the risk reward is even better, because the valuation hasn't changed actually, because they were raising and everything. But that's the thing to keep in mind is like try to do the best decision based on the data points you have, and not like the if I knew that, or if that and if that, and that's also like the thing of early stage investment is like you don't want to do one project like a year. You want to do like not as many, but based on the capital you have, how much you can invest, like try to do a few of them, just because it's a way to diversify. And that's the thing we are working on Q42 is like how can we bring you like some deals, some cool stuff and everything. And so you have some here. So yeah, it's a cool one. Very excited about the project and everything. So yeah, feel free to go check the Twitter. If you want to create an account on Q42, you have the link in bio, and feel free to use my code that will enable you like a green tick here. Like, yeah, not a green tick, but you see what I mean. And then, yeah, feel free to follow the steps. Q42 on Twitter also. This is where they post like all the news and everything to follow like the sales and everything. And yeah, feel free to use also your invitation code. Many gamified stuff are coming based on that. So feel free to follow that closely. And also like if you have a community, or if you are looking for I don't know, if you think of like a way like you can use me, or like leverage my skills for your project or whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me also. And sometimes I have whitelist for some projects on Q42. So feel free to reach out to me if you want some whitelist for your community or whatsoever. That the thing is like to create a cool thing. We are all investors. We are all trying to invest our money the best way to get exposure to cool crypto projects. In gaming, it's a bit easier because we all want to play the game when we have invested, just because like we are investors and we want to test things, and that's pretty cool. So yeah. So that was your quant, of course, not a financial advice. Do your own research. And thanks if you watched the video until that. And see you soon for another video.